Hi there guys and girls, welcome back to part 2 of the build the Volkswagen T1 Samba camper van. In this part we start by building the first wheel of the 4. Obviously all cars have 4 unless they don't. This is what you get as the pack as part 2. Now I have a second this is my second actual pack, because when I was sent the first one, unfortunately, I don't know if you can see it, there was a chip in the hubcap, so I contacted customer services and they provided me with a new one, which I think is really great. Came fairly quickly. So the parts you get in this one, in pack 2, is you get the tyre, the inner rim. Now as you can see here, the inner rim and tyre are together because top tip, it's in the magazine that comes with this, best thing to do, get some near boiling water and drop it in for 5 minutes at most. That's all you need. That is the tyre, this piece here, because if you don't, you'll be battling to put this in. Once this is warm enough, again only at most 5 minutes, pop it out, obviously being careful not to burn yourself or if it's too warm, and this will make the tyre nice and malleable. Now there's no need to worry about the fact that you're bending it, stretching it, because it's made of composite materials, and as it cools it will re-harden, and as you see here, nice and substantial. So the other parts we have here is we have the brake drum, brake assembly, and the nice wheel hubs there. We also do get a screwdriver, as you can see here in the pack. Now I tend to use one of these, which is a Wera or Wera, whichever however you want to spell it. It's W-E-R-A, for all the part works I'm doing. So I'm doing the Knight Rider, Iron Man, Enterprise. Too many. I should cut down, to be honest. But I find that these are really good. Not sponsored at all by these. I just got hold of one on a recommendation by myself. Sorry, I was recommended myself, so I got one, and I've not looked back. That's not to say that these aren't any good. It's just this is a really good, comfortable one, and it has a handy little feature where you can rotate the screwdriver without actually moving, so it saves on that on the wrist as well. So if you're doing as many as I am, I think I've got 13 on the go, but that I've also got a lot of time on my hands, so keeps me occupied. But anyway, back to the build. So basically, tyre, inner wheel, you've got the brake and brake drum, hubcap, axle connector, brake and screwdriver. So all I need from this piece is just that new fresh hubcap. So what we'll do, we'll clear this up and put the parts we need, and get on with the construction. So to put this together, as I said, drop the tyre in some water for about 5 minutes. Once it's in there, push it into one side and then just work around the edges, because if you try and do it cold or as it is, you won't get it in, and you'll end up throwing the thing across the room through frustration. But there, drop it in some water, take it out. You don't even have to dry it, and this, you'll find that this will stretch super nicely, and it'll make it very easy. And just go round like this as you put it in, and at the last point it'll all just click together. Once it is in fully, just confirm, just run your finger around here just to check that it's smooth on all the way around and it's all located very nicely and it's nice and firm. You'll also feel that the tyre itself has regained its rigidity, and that essentially is that piece. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take the brake drum, okay, and you'll notice on the brake drum that the two holes are two different sizes. That means that they can only be located in a specific way. So if we look here at the wheel itself, you'll notice that the two lugs, it's a bit overexposed there, but the two lugs here will match the sizes here. So we can just pop that in. Now you can do it with a pair of tweezers, but you know it's of a size that's you can do that. So there you go. So that's then fitted as such. It will only go in the one way. Okay, now moving on. What we're going to be doing is fitting the brake drum. So what we need is the brake and the brake disc. Oh, correction, sorry, the outside of the brake drum. So again, you'll see on here there's a small little hole just there which will match the hole just there. So what we need to do is pass that through, locate those two lugs together with a little bit of a fiddle, and there we go. So as you can see, that's popped out. Pop that back in. That now fits nice and snug in there. Okay. This now goes through the hole and is affixed on the other side. So we just pop that through like so, and you'll see here that there is a lovely little hole. This is where we're going to screw a screw through. So let me just clear away these screws for one moment, and we'll come right back. So the screw we need to do this is the in the packet called reference BD1. Now they give you two screws for this, which is great because if one pings off the table into the carpet monster, then you'll be good to go and have a spare. Now this is great because builds such as the R2D2, they give you the screws. Obviously you get the screws because you'll need them to do the job, but they tend not to supply additional spares. So if you lose a screw to the carpet monster, then you'll need to go and find a replacement, and there is a website out there for that, but thankfully we get extras. This is the same for the extra sort of deliverances, the same for the Night Rider. So I'm doing the build of the Night Rider with fan home, and every pack you get at least one additional sort of screw that you need. And so there you go, literally just that's it, just screw that in there. Again, once it's nice and secure, just tighten that up a little bit. Okay, now I'll be putting this one on, but this is a slightly damaged hubcap, but in the back of here there is actually a little magnet, and that secures like that, as you hear this clunk on like that, and that is all there is to do in that stage. So this is the first wheel of the camper van. So as you can see, it's a fair old size to give you an idea of the actual overall size of the van, and here is the actual sort of front of the van as well. So it's sort of a bit like so, maybe a little bit back like that. So again, it's already starting to sort of take shape And that, guys and girls, is it for that stage. So come back to part 3, and we'll continue on with the build. This time we are going to be building some of the sides of the van, and also attaching some bumper parts as well. So again, bringing it to life ever so slowly. So please do come back and stay safe.